Hello! Here we are. We've got a Tumbleweed game going. 3K, 4v4, Team 1A and Team 2 OSP, Team 1 is Dramus, Naya, Soto Hubris in persons, Team 2 is Warclops, Careful Crusader, Xenophon, and Vren. We're on the Testulous branch of the game. Introduction. We also got a huge voice chat, a mega-sized voice chat full of mans. How many people we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people hanging out in the spectator chat. So I'm gonna try to be undeafened for a good chunk of this one. As many eyes, as many minds, and as many voices on the Testulous as possible. But of course, we don't want it to get too chaotic. Let's see how that goes. Drop down here with the OSP team. Looks like with Vren, yeah, Vren's got one solo. Gonna have a reinforced nose, lots of 450s, some Auroras. One the bomb gun. Some T30s. For those of you who don't know, monitors now have a special limited to them spinal, which is the C90 here. It's just a sized up C60. C60 got taken out of the game and replaced with this 600mm monstrosity, which fires a straight up time fused bomb that explodes in a pretty large radius and one huge shell. Friend's got two of them. One with 100 mils sidearms, one with plasma. He's also got a little gun shuttle support. Warclops rocking a pretty similar build, looks like. It's got 450 cello with Auroras. Yeah, two 600mm monitors with 100 backups. One little walking tug. Nice. Don't see that very often. With a C30 on the front. C30's also gotten some buffs. Not going to go over everything in the patch notes. Xenophon has... Come on, Xenophon, bring pure plasma. Bring pure plasma. Yes! Xenophon's bringing pure plasma. Doesn't have the best hulls for it, but that's fine. It's a cool build. Not even bringing 100 mils. Not it just... Oh, yeah. T20, T20, T20. I miss those. A few T20s. I look forward to seeing what that does. Careful Crusader, rocking Cat Fleet, rocket shuttles. Yeah, rocket shuttles. Vios ones presumably with chaff. Maybe some offensive, maybe some defenses. I'm not sure what's in those S1 tubes. NS Dramus, rocking a version of a Cat Fleet or a pub dad fleet. One 250 Axford with beam on the bottom, a little bit of point defense around it. And a handful of torpedo sprinters, yeah, with guns on them. They'll some of them are laid around as mines, some of them are grabbing points. Naya has one battleship with half and half 450s and beams. Okay. Honestly, not a bad idea for Tumbleweed. Kind of weird, but it's kind of dependent on how he has his buff set up.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Whiplash. One FPA.
We are contesting zone dagger. The enemy is securing
oh man,
zone
I think
dagger.
that's the only FPA. Yeah, I've gone through this a couple times. That's the only FPA that's kind of painful, and only a couple of ammo elevators. So this thing's not gonna be dying, and can fight a bunch of different stuff. It's not gonna be ambushed and killed. That is.
Triple plant control center.
Yeah, it's a little painful.
Why does he have to do that?
I'm not sure. I think it's because he's rocking 4 engines. No, he's got
Is
2
he?
reactors.
Two reactors. Yeah.
I don't know. He definitely shouldn't.
I don't think he needs to be running triple plant control center with that set up.
No, he doesn't. He's got a Parallax and a Scryer. He's got 2 Sarissas.
Oh,
He's got, yeah, there it is.
What it is.
Yep.
The enemy secured zone eclipse.
Person has 3 sprinters all flying around the map, 2 in extremely close formation. Heading over here to A. Camp that, getting some good. Yeah, that's a kill already. Just with RPF. That's what happens when you don't bring DC teams on your rocket shuttles.
Ooh, a sprinter's getting bombed.
Yeah. Resistance also has 2 fighting voxels, 250s, helping with that. Let's go check out this getting bombed sprinter. I think we just missed it. Yeah, it looks like they're fighting other stuff now. This thing's basically dead.
The enemy secured
Subtle
zone
Hubris has 1 fighting voxel. And what kind of range is this? A missile range, nice. Offset. Not sure what he's got in those missiles. He's fired a few of them already. And some gun sprinters all spread around the map for gapping, map control, and map presence. I think OSP's in a lot of fucking trouble. Because Crusader has a bunch of very killable rocket shuttles. In fact, 3 of them have already been killed. By, as best I can tell, almost exclusively RPF. Which is a really big problem. You gotta have reinforced components, and you need to have...
this
DCT.
CH getting hit by the plasma, this is a good thing to watch.
We've got, oh my god. This thing, Xenophon's engaging this Axford with
Oh my god,
everything.
Look at the crit stacks from the grape.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. And like when I was talking about the crit stacks specifically are going to keep the DC teams really, really busy, and they're not going to be able to repair the actual damage as fast.
Yeah, grape with plasma is very strong, especially in this format too.
Yeah, and the angling on this, it's not really able to get its beam pointed at anything. In fact, I think these ships are too far away anyways. Yeah, these ships are too far away. That's about 5.5. It's like 8.
Go ahead. I was just saying, if you hit him with grape first, like if you do the plasma to dig through the armor, and then do grape until like until the grape starts penning, and then like a couple of salvos after the grape starts penning, you switch to HEHC. Like you've got an expert that has crits everywhere. Its DC teams are totally occupied, unable to move, and then also stuff starts getting destroyed really quick.
Yeah, that's what he was doing actually. He switched over to HEHC in the second salvo.
Yep, that's how you do it.
But this expert's actually going to be fine from this, to be honest, because of the repair. Like, the fact that they didn't kill it outright means that it can survive. It's just got armor gone now, which, like, against triple PLN, I mean, it doesn't really matter, because you're just going to get your armor taken out really quickly. Like,
It's not an ideal engagement.
Yeah, but if this thing rotates into this rocket shuttle that's laid down here... Oh, it's... Okay, never mind. It can't get through this. I thought there was a little hole down here. Never mind.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
Either way, 3K plasma liners, very strong. The fact that he's bringing another ship with that loadout is a little bit unacceptable, in my opinion.
Yeah, the casemate plasmas are way too cheap.
They need to go back to 40 points or 30 points.
I don't know about 40. I think
they were fine with 40, in my opinion. But I don't want them to go back to 40. I like them being 10, but it's...
I think the turrets should be 15, and then the casemate should be 30.
Yeah.
The turrets are really good too, honestly.
They're
worse.
Bro, the teabag build? The teabag build?
I mean, it's not as good as... It's not as good as the casemates, like, at all, is the thing. The casemates just outperform the turrets in every metric.
No, the turrets, if you do the... No, I mean, no. Like, if you do the teabag build, you are able to get more plasma on the target sooner than if you do the casemates. Over time, the casemates will...
correct.
No, it is correct.
By like 10... Pepsi, by like 10 seconds, it's actually not that much of a difference. I've done the math on this.
It takes about like a minute and a half or 2 minutes before the casemates...
No, it's like 10 seconds.
It takes barely any time at all for the casemates to overtake the turrets. We've done the math on this. Yeah.
Interesting watching this 900 mil shoot a lone frigate and not really being bothered by that.
Yeah, the bombshells, they only really shine when they hit groups. Because if you're only hitting a single target, it's not that much damage. But if you hit a group, then it's a lot of damage spread across.
We didn't pray to the internet gods hard enough.
Alright, who got Dramus' ships? Naya got Dramus' ships.
He's been dropping from games. quite a bit lately.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because he's a really strong player.
Strong player suffers from really bad internet.
Yeah, like this CH is, you know, took some damage, but it's still fine, quote unquote. I mean, getting shot by triple liners like that is, you know, like, even in current main branch, 250 plasma does the same kind of damage in the same amount of time, so it's just a different variation of the same thing, essentially, which is good for flavor, in my opinion.
Yeah, you also get a little more redundancy. Because with the 250 plasma build, it's a little fragile, because if you lose your plasma liner before you're able to grape soda everything, you're kind of in trouble. So it's...
Only against battleships.
Yeah, and Axfords are still gonna ruin.
For sure. But what A&S team has fewer than 4 battleships, let's be real.
True. Average ship count is 4, after all.
That is my aim, because that's not true. But one day.
But one day.
Yeah,
one day every single ANS comp will be 4 surrender CLs, and the game will be balanced.
Now, A&S has a decent score lead. Got a little teeny tiny bit. We're about to have a cap advantage, I think. No, actually, OSP's about to take Echo. That's what I'm seeing there. OSP's kind of got pretty huge map control, because the Axford that went up the middle to hold and mid and control space with its beam got rectorinoed by the PLNs, which, oh! We are so back, baby! I really like plasma-centric builds, and it's just been completely impractical to do since the bug fix that created a different bug. It hurt my bones. Good call, Hunter, by the way, on the Axford being able to recover.
CL's getting hit right now by the plasma, too.
HP back, but it's even some fire from the monitors. It's not taking that much damage from the 600 mils.
I don't know, man. I think it's actually taking most of its damage from that 600 mil.
I think those 450s are dishing it out.
True, actually, yeah.
Because 2 barrels of 600 and then 6 of 450.
He was also bow on eating AP, so yeah, that thing needed to move earlier.
Well, you certainly love watching the like the one giant round coming in. Is it gonna hit?
Bonk.
I think this is a good.
Ooh, that one right into the rear shit.
A good like point about this game too, though, is like when you're in a single, like this ship probably costs around a K, and it's getting shot by like 4.5K worth of points, and it took a lot of damage in a very short period of time. Something I hear a lot of people complain about with this game is the short time to kill, but when you're like outnumbered, getting shot at a 4-to-1 ratio, like I feel like it's kind of just the way it is. And you know, the ship is still operational; it can still recover from this. It's just damaged, right?
Yeah. Usually when we see people complaining about those things, it's like, well, half of my fleet engaged 2 full fleets of pure gunship, and it died kind of fast. And like you said, it's just like, okay, good. That means the game is in a healthy state.
Yeah, this battleship's about to get plasma in the side, though. He's moving.
Axford's still kind of surviving, barely holding on.
Well, that, and it's like, if people don't go out of their way to kill you, you can just zombie a lot of times. I mean, that's exactly what Tarmus did with the Axford.
Yeah.
That's what this CL is going to do here in a couple minutes. 8 teams isn't an insignificant number of things to have.
Indeed, his battleship's going to rotate and try to engage the monitors in the Acelo, but it's too far away for any of the beams to matter. Which is unfortunate, because that means half its firepower is just not happening. Now imagine if these 2 beam turrets were guns instead. We'd be wrecking these fools.
He is moving faster than that group, though, so he's gonna catch it.
Eventually.
I don't think it's really gonna help him, because, like, pushing to the outside of the map is just never a really good idea.
Yeah.
Well, and pushing broadside isn't really a great idea either.
Yeah.
No. And yet I do it all the time.
I don't know. I mean, he's not going into too much firepower, I think.
Nah, they're all starting to turn on him. It's gonna...
Yeah, it's
And
not
they've
good
got a
either way, but
launcher.
it's being slightly angled is going to protect him a little bit, so it's fine.
It's just a huge waste of time. Like, the battleship runs out here
Yeah.
to fight these, and it's just going to be stuck outside the map for the rest of the game. It's going to kill a fleet, but it's kind of a waste. OSB not really sure where to move.
Are those liners in range to broadside the battleship?
No way.
Once it clears that rock?
No, I think
it looks like they're getting ready to.
They might just be outside of range. I think they're about 9 kilometers away.
That's what I said.
I just want to say again, Wolf, I really, really like your idea with the damage fall off.
It's really good.
I think we should do that.
Base.
Yeah.
Here comes a beam.
Damage fall off of what?
Plasma.
Plasma.
I would like it to happen. I hope it happens. We will see.
Yeah, increase its damage slightly, and then give it damage fall off comparable to the armor fall off.
I don't even think you need to increase the damage, dude. I think, like, the damage...
Think so?
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
We'll have to see, but at 30 damage at max range, like, it may even still be a little too strong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I feel, actually. I think it might be a little too strong still, but... Personally, I don't mind it being strong. I think we kind of want it to be strong. We just can't allow a triple plasma fleet like this to be able to bring anything other than this.
Like,
I kinda wish
whole
plasma...
thing with, like, the concern of, like, capital mains going to mauled, right? Like, that is significantly lessened if you can just tell them, well, don't get ambushed and don't get close to them and maintain your range.
Exactly.
Things get a lot more frustrating when you can be dismantled at range. They're a lot less frustrating when you're dismantled up real close. So
yeah, exactly. Which
you
so
love
plasma
to see
just becomes beams at close range.
You love to see friendly plasma fire.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
The Frank replies, just got some plasma burns on the front.
No,
Oh, that MD just ran into the Acello. It's blocking the 2 or 60% of the 450 on it.
I just love watching the sandpaper of Great Shot come in and just smack sprinters to death.
Sandpaper cigarette.
Yum.
Anus is doing a pretty good job of controlling the map right now, actually.
They are.
All these shuttles are pretty much dead for Crusader.
Yeah, I think they realized that they took out the majority of OSB's fleet cap power.
Yeah, at the very least, they know they've killed a lot of shuttles.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the battleship is now getting plasma, so it's going to die very quickly from here on out.
Yep.
Blast!
Ooh, there it goes.
I love Lee.
Already taken a lot of damage from those monitors.
The plasma goes in one side, the beam comes out the other.
I mean, the plasma is doing decent damage, it looks like.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's a little lot.
Could fry a lot of eggs on that thing.
The thing is, too, because the plasma has such a large explosion radius, it hits a lot of components at the same time, even though it's not doing a lot of damage to any individual component.
It hits everything.
It hits everything. Yeah, this thing's just getting melted.
It's just the whole ship is dying all at once.
Yeah, the whole ship's getting melted into slag, and it's cool. It kind of looks like it on the hull.
So when plasma's hitting all those components, does it have any kind of increased fire chance, or is it just
I'm fairly sure it's just normal.
Oh, I just saw a 450 overpen with one.
I feel bad for this crew. It's gotta be getting a little hot in there.
Yeah, that thing died very quickly. I think Plasma could also do with an AoE reduction. We've already talked about this a little bit, but obviously the seam splitting on the other side is, like, kind of absurd.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
That BB's dead. They really don't need to keep shooting it.
It's still got restores. It could zombie.
Just leave one ship to shoot at.
I don't think it has enough restores to properly zombie.
I mean, admittedly, bringing 3 PCCs is probably not a good idea as well in this whole equation, but...
Orisa on the battleship is always questionable, especially on the...
Oh no, look at that.
Orisa on any capital ship is questionable. And you can put it on a reins for... and not worry about it.
We have many questions.
That thing just looks like a melted brick in space.
That's basically it now.
OSP is getting a
Oh no,
an advance
there it
on
goes.
slagging it. Recycle.
How does that monitor feel?
Pretty much fine.
How many FBAs are still alive?
Axford's pushing and it's getting shot by plasma and 600 and it's beaming, but the beam's not really doing anything. Looks like
it has
The enemy is
one
securing
of
zone
them down.
comment.
yeah.
Looks like just 2 F. So it started with 3 FBI.
3, and only 2 are maybe even 1
Pretty
are
sure it's
active.
just
I don't
one
know if the
function.
I don't
the
know
ones
if the
below
orange.
threshold.
Yeah.
I don't know, my impression from this game is the Plasma Liners kind of really carried.
They did.
Yeah.
If they wrecked the Axford, they obliterated the battleship, and they
And the CL.
ruined the Vauxhall. And what does ANS have left? Well, they have a bunch of sprinters. Half of those sprinters got obliterated by the T-20 Grape coming off those PLNs. And they have 2 mostly fine Vauxhalls that haven't really seen much combat. Got a little splash of plasma on their rear side, kind of beat up. But not wrecked. Oh yeah, PLN's definitely carried this.
The enemy
Especially
securing
with
I think you
I
could
see the damage numbers.
It probably won't be as high as you think.
Yeah.
No,
Plasma's like that.
they're gonna be doing,
50k.
say,
Total.
probably around 28,000.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There
Take
goes
your
one of
breath,
the
take your
CLs.
breath.
I would say 40 at most, to be honest.
I'm gonna
One-
guess 12.
One thing about this too, yeah, I mean total between all 3 of them, and Plasma alone probably 12. I would say, yeah, 12 to 15. I think the thing about this, like for me, is that you could probably implement the damage reduction and then drop plasma damage to 40 at minimum range, and it would still be really strong. Just based off of seeing
Thereabouts.
this.
It was very interesting watching SDA or SDH push into 2 monitors and losing.
That was overly aggressive. They have the cap advantage, and he's pushing a point that they don't need.
Well, it
And
was
he's
losing
just-
because it was plasma to fuck. So they can just
Yeah,
throw HE at it.
HEHC.
Mhm.
Yeah, it took a lot of damage in that first engagement, plus lost all of its armor.
I still think going to Echo is the wrong move with it.
Oh, it definitely was.
What are in the CLs? R drives.
I think an underappreciated net aesthetic is the you can see the heat coming off of the drive plume, like the heat distortion effect is really neat.
That is neat.
Alright, torpedo versus monitor, who wins?
Or
Torp,
I know
usually.
the monitor's got bastions.
Torp.
It's kind of slow. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Avis, maybe, but
No, it takes 2.
Honk. Honk.
Maybe at range, you're probably right.
Everything got obliterated. Cool to see that working pretty effectively.
Yeah, it's really feeling like ANS is being pushed more towards playing missiles with this change.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't
it's a
know
good
either.
thing?
No,
What?
I don't know. I don't know either because the way I'm looking at it right now is it's like 120s for shuttles and 450s for everything that's not a shuttle.
What?
Well, I mean, the 250s are fine. It's just like the plasma just kills everything so quickly with the 100s, and then the monitors don't die fast enough to anything else.
So I bring tugs with 100 mil.
I mean,
Relying on my
like,
teammates to bring plasma, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could do like a tug swarm with C-30s now, and it would probably demolish anything in a single volley if it was plasma.
if you hit it where it's been plasma.
I mean, we're looking at those plasma
was
liners
the
and they're
luck
plasma
of-
everything.
The luck.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
what-
think there's
what
much
100
luck involved in hitting a ship on one of its sides.
Yeah.
But those plasma
the-
liners hit
the-
like plasma
Enemy
everything.
secured
That's
zone common.
The first volley ranged out like 10 feet before the ship.
I mean, admittedly as well, I feel like they could have been, if they had kept their bow facing this plasma liner and actually kited the ship instead of trying to turn the whole thing around as well, that CL might have lived that engagement. That's another part of that too. These ships are not being
Managed very well.
controlled particularly well, yeah.
This match has been kind of a bloodbath.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just a learning experience. So,
Like many Nebulous games.
It's a very fun learning experience where lots of crew or spacers just get melted and shot to little bits of core inside their little spaceships.
this command cruiser double MN build, I've seen quite a number of people in test using this now, actually. And I'm curious why.
Because the parallax urn has a really good synergy with the bombshell.
Is that what it
Yes.
is? Okay.
It's also a cello providing Aurora support for monitors.
Yeah, because
Because
monitors are
people
bad.
are bringing missiles against monitors, like you were saying. So park a Nacello next to it. Easy.
Actually, Vren's
They also
beyond
have-
out of position.
Another synergy is that the Othello and the monitors have the exact same base speed,
Right.
so they can keep up with each other pretty easily.
Yeah, the Ocello has better acceleration, but that's the only difference.
I think that while these teams, up until the end here, traded fairly evenly, the PLNs traded very disproportionately. Like, not a single
Yes.
one of them is dead or damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the damage went into all the support craft on OSP side.
Yeah.
We are contesting
Sure.
zone dagger.
Red
Funnily
is
enough-
certainly doing their best with their Ocello down fighting on A.
I think
The
ANS
enemy
can
is
still
securing
win
zone
this on
boxer.
caps.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
It's at 200 points ahead. They're really running out of stuff, but OSP kind of is too.
I mean, I
They're
think the
starting to spread out.
parking a monitor on each point should have probably happened.
Yeah. That's what the
Mhm.
plasma liners are doing right now. Spreading out.
I'm a little curious why the Frank Reply is shooting at a Sprinter as opposed to the Vauxhall. I think is a slightly bigger threat, but
I don't know, he just wants to see the Corvette dead.
So they can
Oh,
cap the
it's-
point.
Enemy is securing
Ah,
zone
true.
atlas.
Fuck this particular Corvette.
Is capping the points more important?
Just immediately dies. Oh my god, dude. Plasma on 100 just demolishes Corvettes.
Yeah,
If it can actually hit.
That Acello might be in trouble though. That Sprinter is core critical. It's about to go off.
Yeah.
So that Acello's gonna get roasted.
I don't know if it's really gonna matter that much.
Cute demo man. Kaboom emoji.
I think monitors are pretty insane babysitters, especially against sprinters now.
Yeah, I agree.
Firing at a bomb.
And like the only thing the sprinter can do is hybrid or flip.
That was a
There we go.
bloodbath. Holy
Wait,
crap.
they just surrendered.
Yeah, there's.
I mean,
I guess
the game is
to be
over.
fair,
Oh, they got 5 cap.
to be fair, they got 5 cap and had nothing left.
Yeah, they're all dead.
I just wanted to see that Acello get melted by the
Yeah, look at
shuttle
that.
exploding.
Just
Point
over
blank.
40k.
God damn it.
Yeah, but how much of those plasma?
Pure plasma is pretty good.
Well, about half,
12.
15k.
15,000. Okay, so a little less than I thought it'd be, actually.
Rocket didn't get roll, I swear. That was so bad. I'm bad about that.
I very much enjoyed those little torpedo sprinters that I inherited when I realised they had torpedoes.
Rockets need a gimbal. Hell yeah, man. That was dumb. Anyway, good game, guys. That was a nice one.
I got caught out so hard.
Yes.
PD or who? Plasma's kind of busted.
Can we, yeah, whoever was in the game, can you guys just, like, give us a rundown of how you felt playing against each other there?
I did not. I was trying to run. I was genuinely just trying to keep away from that plasma. It was not a pleasant experience. Like I had a mind to cut through the monitors, which I was doing slowly, not as much as I thought I was, but you know.
What were you gonna say, persons?
Those bombs hurt like
bombshells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those are nasty. At the end there or what?
Wait, from like, every single time one of those things went off, something was going down a color bracket at least. It was very painful.
I didn't realize they were that effective at light cruisers. We'll have to. Was this before or after you were plasmid?
I didn't really. I mean,
it was after.
My ships got plasma.
Yeah,
but by the time it was getting plasmid, it was basically toast already.
No, they had some plasma early on.
Unless it's plasmid.
They got plasmid early on.
It's got 30 pen is what it is. 30 millimeters, whatever it is.
How much armor does the CL have?
30.
Also 30.
So only on the flats, but it has so many rays that it will get flats.
I was broadside.
That
I
doesn't
don't know, it
even
has to
happen.
be like literally 0 degrees. Like I don't. You have to get incredibly lucky for it to come.
So in order to pen something, you have to go over the armor value. You can't equal loses.
Oh. Yeah, so what I was feeling that game was like plasma T20, right? I didn't feel like there was a single thing in that match that could actually like threaten me. It was just like hitting things before they could get caps. That was kind of the game, is what it felt like. So I think it's really quite overtuned as it stands.
We had, and also with Monster Boss, we had like basically 2 fleets of hold shit, 1 fleet of cap, and then Xenophon just ripped everything apart while we held shit.
Yeah,
it was basically a matter of stick the Ocel monitor groups on the flanks to hold the capture ships, the capture points. And then Xenophon is like, Xenophon, can you go over there? Yes, Xenophon, can you go over there? Yeah, Xenophon, can you go whack that battleship? Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically just like I was just playing whack-a-mole while they were holding dog points.
And we could because we have monitors.
Yeah, Snow, Hubris, how did you feel playing against that?
Well, I mean, I can pretty easily kill, like you're doing hard cap play, but
yeah,
I mean, my frontline just can't deal with their frontline, and monitors are very good against dealing with my sprinters.
You fired several torpedoes at me, right, Solo? Right?
Yeah, I'm not the torpedoes. I fired S3H.
Oh, that's Naya. Then. Okay.
Yeah, it was either me or Naya, depending on what time in the game it was.
Razors.
I fired the torpedoes at the late end of the game.
The grazers are pretty good against those incidental torpedoes.
Yeah, they did all right.
The Rift doesn't even have an elevation line in TAC view.
Sucks. Deal.
That's annoying because it is a good map.
Balls map. Balls map. All right, I think that's the end of that. So takeaway from that match. Plasma, a little strong. Not surprising. That's what we were expecting. I mean, Hunter were expecting anyways, since we had experienced the PLN before. And now they're just cheaper and better. And bug fixed. Hopefully for the last time this time. But yeah, mega strong. Giga strong. Pretty cool to see. It was a good game. Hunter emceeing there a little bit was kind of nice. I didn't have to run the asylum too much. He was taking that. It's nice to see other people doing a little bit of leadership, a little bit of management stuff around these parts. I prefer not to exercise that muscle as much as I possibly can, but sometimes you have to. So it's nice. Other people doing it. Cool game. Nice game. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. See you in the battle space. Good night.